We are really excited from Edcon to see you sitting around.
I saw it as an opportunity where that I can take my brand to a greater height or further level.
Edcon is interested in developing designers because it's part of our transformation objectives of ensuring that we develop talent in the communities in which we operate.
We are creating mood boards, so in short it's like a visual.
Yeah, I'm a pretty girl, so I was like, let me tap into my culture for once.
For my inspiration, I chose the Islamic dress during the 1800s.
Mood boards help a lot because they, in the way that Annette has explained it, it's a communication tool. Basically, once you have a mood board, it ends up as a communication tool between you and the next person in the design world, maybe a pattern maker, maybe someone who's going to stage, or someone who needs to source the fabric for you.
The one I chose was the samurai warrior.
You seem to have inspiration, but you don't know how to relate it to the trend.
And food, a trend can be initiated, a shift in behavior by anything. It can start from anywhere.
What we're doing here is teaching them to construct properly a pattern before we go into manufacturing.
How to get your design from a sketch onto a flat piece of paper that will in the end become a three-dimensional garment.
Already I have like 25 pieces which I have to purchase.
This week of pattern making has been a bit tough. It's been difficult because it's hard to adjust from the varsity life to the real world.
You must make sure you put your pins in nice and strong.
Today the students are put in a real life situation where you are working in a studio with a task that you need to complete, and they seem to be doing quite well under the pressure. What we're doing today is a class on draping. I've given them a bit of a demonstration on what the basics are behind it, and then they will have time to explore and experiment on the mannequin themselves with the fabric.
Being a men's designer, learning how to drape is kind of like broadening my design skills.
I'd say the draping session has started off as quite a challenge for me, and I think as you go into the tune of things, you go with the flow of the fabric you're using and also with the instructions that you're given.
Today we're busy with full garment construction, so that is when we follow up with pattern construction. So here we see if the patterns is actually correlating with what we had in mind. So we take all those patterns we did, we place it on calico, and we take it from there.
We are given shortcuts because most designers it takes them 10 years minimum, to actually become a very relevant designer. So, but here we're getting all this information, everything, all the CMTs, basically everything is being served on a silver platter.
If I were to rate it, I would say it will be 150 over 100 because it's been very informative.
Today is a very important day because they need to get the right fabrics to do their ranges. So we've gone to all the different fabric suppliers and showed them where they can buy wholesale fabric, because obviously they need to get that into their costing.
It's been very special to see my collection come to life. I came into this actually not knowing exactly what type of styles I'd be doing, and as the process goes on, I'm learning new things about the type of styles I'm interested in, type of techniques I want to do, type of textures and fabrics that I've never thought of using actually. So it's been very exciting and special.
compared to when you start sketching out your collection, it's completely different to when you start actually manufacturing it, because so many things go wrong and so many things go right, but things that go right always end up being something completely different, but it's just nice to see how they work out. So what makes this coat different, it's actually a elbow length sleeve, and what makes it different is it has these pleats that run down the back, which I quite like because I haven't seen it anywhere else.
We're doing costings today so that the designers can learn how to cost garments and what is involved in costing garments.
For Hugo Boss, we knew exactly if a trouser is retail now in euros 149 euros, or in your case it would be 1,499 rand, your fabric price cannot exceed a certain amount.
For me, a big outcome or a big goal for today's lesson is that they're able to understand nothing comes for free. So whatever they use to manufacture the garment needs to be costed.
So for my collection, I didn't necessarily focus on culture, but I focused more on nature, because I believe that as an artist, you should be able to tap into every symbolic features that you're surrounded with.
If she's yes, it has a feel that's sort of like this. No, this is
This is
scuba.
scuba.
However, it's
If I look at that pocket, it feels to me that if that was my garment, I would like my hands to enter from the side, but yet you have it coming from the top. And on this center design, I'm just wondering if that is not positioned in the incorrect space, because it's like all up here on the boob, on the tummy, and I feel almost like it should come down, but then I don't know what is the intention. Yeah, like that. No, just like it's a basic with a little bit of imagination. You might want to do a stretch on the inside to make it flexy and loose.
So we managed to push a lot of the items a bit higher. So normally our price points are around $300 to $400, but we managed to push this one for about $800.
My whole theory around fashion is I would love to take it to a point where people consider it as a conversation, just as sports and politics and everything.
It was very interesting to see some of the students who I thought really got it right. They understood the body shape that they were fitting over and above the styling.
The journey has been fantastic. We really saw the students coming in from varsities, and now you can really see, and we can call them professional designers. The third prize goes to Shailene Morris. And the second prize goes to Arnold Pasha. He got 15,000. And the first prize goes to Lamise.
I'm honestly overwhelmed with so much joy. It's unreal. Like if you just, I don't know, I'm so emotional. The only thing I can say is if you just chase your dream, it will follow you.
I thought it was absolutely magnificent. I thought we saw some young designers with enormous entrepreneurial flair. We saw some fantastic designs. We saw brilliant use of fabric. We saw silhouettes in the female area, great use of linen. I just thought it was an outstanding fashion show that would stand up in Paris, London, Milan and New York.
This is quite a good platform
for the young people, and it supports what we seek to achieve as Pali South African, where we are saying South Africans must buy what is locally made. So imagine that is a big plus. We're buying what is locally made and locally designed.
With a little that they've got, they went far mile ahead to create more synergy of new things, new technology, new ideas, and really exciting. And I'm very chuffed and very excited about it.
The creativity is just fantastic. I can see things I'm interested in wearing. It's great to go to a show where you see good thought being put into it. You can understand what's going on. No, I think it was fantastic.
What I've actually noticed is that what we learn here can be beneficial, especially if you want to start your own business.
The team I'm working with, I'm seeing now, should I start my own thing in the future? That's the kind of team I would love to build in my company.
I remember my first day here, I learned how to develop a client and create like a specific type of person that you want to deal with, like a target market, and how to build a profile on that. Because I remember the first time I came here, I read a brand Bible, and that taught me how to actually deal with target markets and retail.
Being at Edcon, like I get to learn how to deal with customers and how to deal with customers on a larger scale, and being able to design for like 1 million people is super amazing.
I'm learning so much because you can have all this creativity and your product is not going to sell. Being here makes me realize that how much your product needs to sell at the end.
Well, from the buyer's perspective, going into it, I didn't really know what to expect, and then I started shadowing Tibbs. She's the buyer for Donatella activewear and recently coming up a gymwear line, and I feel like it's a game, if that makes sense. It's all about being on top and coming on top with your sales. Everything needs to be perfect when it comes to that. Also, what I've learned is it's not necessarily like she's looking at it from her perspective, she's looking at it from the people who are going to be buying the garments.
I'm in Jet Toddler Girls, so I'm just helping with the day-to-day things. And when we have like a really good seller, like we had a pair of denims that were really good, but the category as a whole was struggling, they asked me to design some more things along the lines of what was working, and they really wanted creative input from me, which is really great.
So I'm getting a new learning curve for me, which is exciting, designing shoes for kids. Not just for 80, it's from pre-girls until older girls, which is nice because now I play with kids. I'm thinking kids, what they like. My mentorship shows me what our clients like, what's their style, what's the design, what the colors they prefer to buy. By that time, I'm from the designing of clothes for men. So it's quite a challenge, but because I have best mentors, and I'm glad that they gave me the shoe department and they gave me Jet department, because Jet you have to consider the pricing, which is a good thing for me. I'm so happy.
My customer and the Edcon customer go hand in hand, specifically the Calso and the Free to Be You customer. The first piece is an off-the-shoulder jumpsuit. I think it brings a hint of sexy with its exposed shoulder, and it's all about movement with the layered pleated panels.
I like the second outfit, so the top with the slit in the middle with the pants that go with it.
I think they've got their head screwed on properly and they know what they want out of it, and I think some of them will actually get there. I think if they persevere, they'll get there.
I've learned how to present my collection to people, from the beginning, how to design for commercial customers. I know how to do things that I didn't know how to do before, like presenting my collection to a panel of people who are in the business. I'm blessed, and not everyone got this opportunity at the end of the day, and if I don't like it or I like it, but there's a reason why I'm here, and I just have to find out what is that reason at the end of the day.
As much as you are talented, you really need business skills, and I don't think there's any better place to learn business skills than here. People here, the GMs, execs, specialist buyers, people treat you the same. You know, you're the intern, but I've never been treated like an intern. Even GMs, even the chief greets me when he sees me all the time. So it's a very homey place for me. It's really, I look forward to coming here every day, and it's really a beautiful place to work in.